I was not so frightened in the war zones of Angola or Rwanda. As I was when this story hit. Ariel School, 19th September 94, 12:12 local time.
Just come and sit on these chairs along here. Did you all see something?
Yes.
Were you afraid?
Yes.
It was just glistening in the trees, and there was a man.
And what does he look like?
His face was like this, and his eyes were down here.
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
It was the absence of noise at this point.
One of the most widely reported unidentified flying objects in recent times.
Please get in touch with Tim Leach of BBC Television very urgently.
It had a silver, but that was down the bottom across it.
Sure, it wasn't a Harrier jump jet or an aircraft?
No.
Something that the Zimbabwe Air Force
It was like
got?
in a disc.
This one thing sitting on the side and another thing sort of like running up and down the top.
The one was standing in front, he didn't have any hair at all.
He had a big head and big black eyes.
I just thought it was some kind of alien from a different planet.
I was just a hard-ass journalist, sceptical as everybody would be. And it was the same story. And I started getting goosebumps.
And the stories are consistent. You think it's possible that one imaginative child had a story and kind of stirred the rest of them?
That I don't believe. I honestly believe they saw something, but for me to actually draw a conclusion as to what it is, I don't think I could do that at this point in time.
What did it feel like when he was looking at you?
I felt scared. My heart kind of went faster and then slower and then faster and then slower. I thought the aliens would attack me.
Would attack you and do what? Hurt you?
Yes.
How would they do that?
I don't know. It was just staring at me.
With what? Staring at you as if what? As if to do what?
As if I wanted to come and take us.
One thing I've told everybody is that you must realise we are dealing with children here.
Right.
And sometimes the imagination can get carried away with them.
It wasn't just Ariel School. There were a lot of different occurrences that happened over probably that whole week.
None of us saw it. We just happened to be in a staff meeting.
Child can't make that up. And I mean, children know when other children are conning them. And there were like about 100 of them.
I mean, you just felt nobody really cared. Who do you talk to? How do you understand it? It was just really hard.
At first, nobody took it seriously, and then when Reuters got hold of it, it got very serious.
Ariel School in Rua, ongeveer een half uur.
Il était assez grand en fait. Et il y en avait.
On the other side of the world, an unusual visitor called into a Zimbabwean playground.
Something that a good friend of mine told me that really stuck with me is the aliens projected an image into his head.
Somehow there was a message about pollution from the way he was staring?
Yes. All the trees will just go down and there will be no air and people will be dying.
Like me.
When you looked at those children, they were absolutely credible. Even on television, you can look at their faces and know if they're bullshitting or not, and they weren't.
Well, I was quite convinced that this was something genuinely mysterious and real, and that I needed to think about, if this is real, then what does that mean?
I think it's left me open-minded. I think it's a bit arrogant to say that we are the only life in the galaxy or the universe.
There is a God, but there's also other things around that can't be explained. It's another creature.
I do believe that there is something out there, definitely.
If there was one experience I'd like to relive, it would be that particular experience.
You know, it's things that we will never comprehend in our lifetime. Maybe we don't have the capacity to understand it.
It really gave me a new perspective on life, the universe and everything, really. I'm glad I would not have missed that for the world.
One thing is certain. The day on which we discover that it's not just us, that day will change the world forever.
We concluded it was true. They had seen these little people.
And if you saw him again, what would you do?
I'll ask him some questions.
What would you like to ask him?
I'll ask him what is he doing on Earth and what does he want with us.